Hey there, and welcome to this Festival Pro video. Today we're going to take a look at setting up your Festival Pro system from scratch, the first steps on how to get oriented with the platform, and how to book on your first onboarding call. The first step is just to visit our website at festivalpro.com. Here you can go to the sign up button at the top and fill in all the information that is required for your event. I'm going to use my Billy Basics event information here, but please do fill in your proper information. And as you start to fill everything out, it will ask you for certain things which will influence your system down the line, such as your festival logo and a background image. Your festival system name is important. This is the name that your domain will live under, such as your festivalname.festivalpro.com, and then you can set up your password, which you'll use on your main account to log into the platform. It helps us if you can let us know which forms or areas of the platform you're looking to use, and you can start to set up your stages and types of acts, but you can do all of this in the platform later. Important for us to know which modules you might be using, so we can offer you the best support. However, once you log in, even if you don't select them here, if they're included in your package, then you will have access to them. Be sure to set up your currency correctly, and then choose the package that you want. There's some extra add-ons at the bottom, and once you complete the form, you're going to be given an option to either pay by invoice. This will allow you to then pay by bank transfer, and we can activate your system once the payment has gone through, or you can click pay by card. And if you do this, the system will be set up immediately for you, and you'll receive an email with a link to your login, which will be at the domain that you created during the setup process. When you first get to your domain, you'll see a login screen, a little something like this. Although yours won't have select user, you can put in your username and password and then log in, and then you'll be greeted with your Festival Pro dashboard. Some of the first things you might like to do is just make sure that your festival calendar is set up correctly, and yours will be blank, but in here you'll notice the times down the side, and where mine starts here at say 4 o'clock and finishes at 2:45. This kind of thing you might like to change straight away. But we can go into config mode. This is going to be where you can get under the hood of the system and you can start to configure and change things. But now we're going to keep it simple. Just go configuration and settings, and in here go to calendar. Now there's a whole host of different settings in here. Most of the time you're not going to need to touch these at all, but we can just come in here and set start hour of our event, say 8 AM, and then the end hour till 4 in the morning. We can choose which days the calendar is going to display. By default it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe we want to show the Wednesday and Thursday as well. You can also choose which day the calendar starts on. And there's a whole bunch of other settings down here that you don't need to worry about. They're there for us. So let's just save that. And then at the top you'll also see users. In here you can show all to see the users that are currently attached to your system, or you can go to add, set up a username, first name, last name, email address of the user, and it will email them this password and login details so they can get logged in and started. In terms of access levels, you can think of Organizer as the main account. It has access to pretty much everything apart from config, which is where, as I say, you can get under the hood, change system settings, add custom profile fields. The most common thing to do for the main organizers is to have access level as Organizer, and then also set optional access level for config. And this will allow them to have a drop down like this where they can flip between the user types. If you want to see how different user types get restricted down, you can always add different ones in here, save, refresh on your user, and you'll see them come up in this corner. But in short, there's different things like artist liaison where they only see the artist menu, or perhaps the vendor manager would again only see the vendors and none of the artist information. We'll get into this in more depth later, but for now, if you do want to add anyone else to the system, you can just set them up as Organizer with or without config and add them to your system. The next step would be just to run through our onboarding lessons. If we go up into the support tab, This is where you can book in support tickets with us. We can go to the help guide where we get to the documentation, and on the side here you'll see Get to Know Festival Pro. This is just a short series of lessons. There's only 4 of them here. They take about 15 minutes to do each, and they'll just orient you with different parts of the platform, how to add venues, how to do imports. Even if you're not strictly doing the tasks, maybe you're not managing any volunteers, it's good to just run through these to get an idea of the overall processes and how things link together. Once you've had a nice play around, it's time to book in your support session. You can do this by again going to the support button at the top of your system, getting to the same page where we click the help guide, but instead here you can book in your support session. For onboarding, just choose the onboarding support ticket type, and then further down you'll have the option to choose one of our open sessions to jump on a call with us. And then as you get into the platform, you'll notice that you can book in general support ticket sessions with us. You have the option for ticketing support. These are free tickets and they are to be used whenever you're putting payments through the platform. So if you're ever using ticketing or vendor payments, you get free support with us for that. And if you run into anything that seemed like a possible bug or error in the platform, you can submit that to us to take a look at as well. So once you've taken the system for a test drive and you've done some of the lessons and you're starting to get the gist of a few things, you can come in here, book that onboarding session, choose your time slot, and then jump on a Zoom call with us. And then we can help you through the rest of the process, setting up your first workflows and getting you rolling with Festival Pro.